So I felt called to pull cards for a very particular collective. Today has been a day of sitting in the grief and really feeling the extent to which these structures around us are crumbling, and that we have the power to really create the next way of existing, that we can take these structures back, and that we can actually envision something that is positive for the collective, that it does not have to be an exploitative reality that's been what it has been. So I've been sitting with my grief. I am in my moon time. I'm also recovering from a physical sickness that had me out all of yesterday, but I still felt like the desire and the need to pull some cards. Actually, I'm going to start with the Rose Oracle by Elena Fairchild. This is kind of just a question of becoming. Like, what do we have to recognize within ourselves and each other to create something nourishing to all of us, to the mother, to the child, to the ways in which we should exist with each other, to community, to collective? So what are some things that we are remembering in this moment through the grief, through the voices of those who have been martyred and silenced? We call on the great mothers who still inhabit this earth. What do we need to be remembering? What is the medicine here? Actually, that feels complete. So, the first one that came out was Brothers of the Rose, which is interesting because this card really does speak to the sacred masculine within all of us, particularly the sacred masculine that has been demonized as of late within Western culture, specifically that which wants to honor, to protect, to create a sacred space, a sacred vessel for the coming of life. So here's the card. Ignore the silly man bun. So I'm just going to pull and see if there's anything else that wants to be said about that card. Brothers of the Sacred Light. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine within you. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. Or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. How are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? So this is about coming back into balance. Remembering that masculinity can be sacred, can be protective, can be more than exploitation. Then we have the Wastelands. This card really, really reminds me of full depletion, reminds me of Death Valley. Sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden, right? We are at a point where the entire earth might look like this if we don't step up. So it's really kind of being pulled into utter depletion. Learning from the earth herself and the ways in which she is changing. wastelands. There's an anonymous 13th century French myth in the form of a poem called Elucidation that tells the story of a king who abuses the land he's supposed to be the guardian of. The king breaks the trust of the well maidens, the spirits who are guarding the wells of the land, and they flee. The waters run dry, the plants wilt, and the land, which was once rich and fertile, becomes barren, creating a wasteland. This is the most powerful card in the deck. It is a wake-up call for us to stop the destructive behavior that's resulting in us becoming brittle and unable to live in a sustainable way. The sacred feminine is abundant. She knows the earth can provide for what we need and that she doesn't need to take more than she needs. She tends the earth around her and within her. She's the keeper of balance and the protector of all living things. The rose has seen civilizations come and go, empires rise and fall. In this card, she's delivering an urgent message to slow down and stop any way of being that's not sustainable. To tend our garden, our bodies, and the earth around us. What way of being is no longer sustainable for you? So, when I was reading, I felt and saw the exorcism of what's happening right now. The lifting out, the pulling out of this evilness of exploitation and this spirit that continues to devour. It is more than time for us to pull that out, to be the exorcist, to pull out this exploitation, to rid ourselves of this evil. And then finally, the last card that I flew out was the Sun. When I see this card, I see the becoming, it's all within the sacred heart, within the sacred being, within the rose. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. To remember that joy, even in times of sorrow. In summer, when the sun is at its highest path in the sky, the rose is at its fullest. Her fragrance is sweet and the fruit is still to come. The sun represents life force energy, vitality, confidence, success, positivity, delight, and the sheer joy of life. After it's left the fertile darkness of the soil, the future rose begins reaching toward the light of the sun, which then plays its part in nourishing the rose as it reaches for potential blooming. And it does this for us too. One of life's greatest blessings is to feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to drink in the gold nectar of what life has for us, and to take a moment to bask in being alive. This is your invitation. To relish your aliveness, to embrace your joyfulness, to enjoy the simple things in life, to make time to play, to be grateful for your body, to acknowledge the wondrous life force energy that's woven through all of life. To remember that your soul has a dream and your life is it. This is a card that heralds a time of playfulness, enjoyment, and bliss. The sun can also represent the inner child and be an invitation to have fun. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to run free? What can you do to enjoy the simple things in life? When we allow ourselves a space to play, problems that were once unsolvable find solutions. How can you enjoy your life more? What can you do for fun? There's definitely a story here. Now I'm going to pull one from my light worker deck. Divine Masculine. You literally cannot make this shit up. It's really interesting. There's a lot of masculinity present today. So 1 + 0 = 1, which is the Magician. And what I see in this is Christ consciousness, is the pyramids, is the brotherhood of the light, healing coming out of the hands through understanding and wisdom. An empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy. It seeks to stir you into consciously chosen action, greater discipline, and focus. It's time to end the frustration of repeating old patterns. You're ready to break through into a new way of life. Feel inspired. Be energized. Take steps to manifest on the physical plane. Believe your success and it is inevitable. The Divine Masculine in you knows when to accept and when to say no to a belief, fear, habit, person, or situation. This Divine Masculine energy exists within all men and women. It rallies the spirit and responds to times when you may feel drained, taken advantage of, overwhelmed by too many choices and demands. It cuts through the confusion that comes with choice and priority setting. It refuses to be distracted and keeps you from being dissuaded from your life purpose. The Divine Masculine is growing within you now. It is a spiritual light that reveals the truth without filters or veils. Let this energy clear distractions, demands, and drama from your life. Let it help you discern what is best for you and give you the courage to act on it. Let it help you sort out what is true from what's illusion. Let it help you dedicate your time and energy to what has most meaning for you. It will empower you to claim success in what matters. The Divine Masculine overcomes procrastination. It acts again and again in accordance with the heart. Divine Masculine energy empowers each light to lovingly insert themselves into the world. So y'all, like, what I see here is action. Do not minimize your inner Divine Masculine, whether you are a man or a woman. Learn to trust the part within yourself. Your inner Divine Masculine will help you shine your light without fear so others can find their way through darkness into love. Invocation. I call upon the unconditionally loving Divine Masculine within me. I respect, honor, and need you. I release past pain and how we related to one another. We are blessed with divine love and healing now. Help me to have the courage and self-belief to live my truths and be open about who I am. I honor your strength and power within me. I know that for every dream the divine has placed in my heart, so too has equal measure and confidence, intelligence, strength, and capacity been placed in my soul. I choose to have the courage of my convictions and to journey within to find whatever I need to bring my light fully to the world. May all beings be supported in overcoming pain relating to the masculine principle of exploitation and slavery, destruction, and raping and pillaging of this earth and its people and its creatures. May all beings restore, heal, love, and respect him and his divine purpose in the spiritual evolution of humanity. Through my own free will, I invite unconditional love to assist with this process for all beings. So be it. It is not surprising that in this moment in time, we're being called to remember the Divine Masculine, the protector, that being that leads from the heart, who has empathy and humanity and love and nurturing. because we are falling into this, and we are giving into this, and we have the power to overcome this. But we have to look at it we have to look at what is around us. Because no amount of self-love can make this go away. Only action can help us to fight back. And I feel it so strongly right now, and I've been crying a lot today, and I don't know what's like pushing through me. But I feel so connected to the spirits of the earth, and they are furious, and they are grieving, and they are ready to be listened to again. And even if this is just for my own being, we have to take up the sword to get away that which is not real anymore, to see through, so that they can be heard again. And it takes a lot of strength to hold that. And we need each other. But we have to hold the vision.